Hello everyone, my name is Vonterica Davis. I am a transient student here at Lawson State through Huntingdon College in the Evening Studies program for my Business Management Bachelor's degree. This is my first Web 2.0 presentation. It's on The Rocking Horse Winter, our short story that was assigned by Ms. Duncan. The Rocking Horse Winter, written by D.H. Lawrence, is set in England in the early 1920s. It's a tale of materialism brought on by the parents of a young boy named Paul and his desire to prove that his family is indeed lucky. The mother struggles to keep up appearances despite her personal feelings of inadequacy as a mother and her son's desperate attempt to prove her wrong. There is a need for him to validate this, and his validation ultimately leads to his untimely death. The main characters of the story are the mother, Paul the son, and Bassett the gardener. The mother and Paul's relationship is distant. You feel the constant need, as you would assume a child wants to please their parents, and he's always constantly asking questions, and his mother is so nonchalant with her answers and banter between her son, and I just found that so disheartening. But she did state at the beginning of the story her struggles on loving her children, and Paul and Bassett's relationship is really one of the centralized relationships in this story, because it's through Bassett that Paul is able to bet on those horse races after he goes into that mesmerized state of rocking on that horse back and forth to come up with a winner of the next race derby that's coming up throughout the story. What is materialism? A tendency to consider material possessions and physical comfort as more important than spiritual values. When I found this word cloud, I saw that it had so many negative connotations associated with it. Fear, desire, discontentment, division, vanity, sickness, separation, and happiness, paranoia. All these things are expressed throughout the work written by Mr. Lawrence. One use of materialism is in this quote: "There were a boy and two girls. They lived in a pleasant house with a garden, and they had discreet servants and felt themselves superior to anyone in the neighborhood. Despite living in a nice house in a nice neighborhood with servants and the feeling of superiority, we also read that when Paul questioned why they couldn't have their own car, their mother says because they were the poorest in their family. Oh, boo-hoo. But you still have a nice house, a garden, and servants, really." Another quote: "The children could hear it all the time, though nobody said it aloud. They heard it at Christmas when the expensive and splendid toys filled the nursery. Behind the shining modern rocking horse, behind the smart doll's house, a voice would start whispering, 'There must be more money.'" That the house was whispering that there must be more money. No one could ever hear it but the children. Even the mother's insecurities about mothers filtered over into the spirit of the house, which is haunting. Lastly, if you're lucky, you have money. That's why it's better to be born lucky than rich. If you're rich, you may lose your money, but if you're lucky, you will always get more money. This is an answer that the mother gave Paul when he asked what was luck. I have two boys, and I try to instill in them Christian values, and this is just the love of money. The root of all evil is the love of money. That's the only thing that kept popping up in my head. I would love to hear you guys' comments about this.